Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Just going to move these over. Hopefully they fit alright. Today I'm going to share a tutorial with you. It is for the actual the journal box here, and we did finish this off in the tutorials. This book, which is a photo book rather than a journal, I'd actually created so that it fits in these pockets here. Now, I'm going to do a tutorial on this photo book here, but I won't cover it on camera, obviously, because it's just a basic book and it's designed basically just for your photos. And, you know, not to decorate it, because the outside of this box is decoration enough, I feel. And if you layer and layer, you won't be able to get them into the pockets. Okay, so this is designed for photos. I've created a flap here. Now, you could probably get up to 30 photos in here. You can make the spine just probably about 1/4 of an inch wider as well if you wanted to get those extra photos in. It's up to you. Then that way you can put in extra photo mats as well. Okay, so that will open up like that, and hopefully I'm in frame. I don't know how many times I filmed this, guys. Okay, so then you've got another pocket here with a photo mat, and open it up, and it's a flip. So you can put 2 more photos here, another photo here with a bit of journaling down the bottom. On the inside, you've got 2 pockets. Place photo here, which I have used. It's actually a stamp set from May Made It, and I love this one because it's got everything that you can use in your mini album. If you're giving it to somebody as a gift, you can put little words on there saying untie, and then have an arrow pointing to it. Now you can cut them out and pop them up on dimensionals so that they're easy to peel off for that person. So once they go through it, they know how it works, basically. But that's where the place photo here comes from. Okay, so I've done this card, and I've done it so that I can fit a 3x4 photo and have some journaling spots here, and then a big photo here, or I could split it in 2 and have 2 3x4 photos. Okay, and I did take a journaling card out of this pocket too. So we've got this concertina pocket here in the center. Now you can do a 4x6 photo with plenty of room for journaling underneath, or you can use it as a 3x4, 2 3x4s. So you could probably get, you know, 4 of them in there, I'd say, maybe 5. Then there's the second one here too, which is a little flip. Once again, place photo here and the photo mats. Okay, so like I said, strictly for photos as opposed to embellishing. It's nice to have something with just memories in it. And you can certainly put, like I said, photos on the top here, and or journaling as well. So pop that there. Then at the back here is the same pocket as the front, and or 2 pockets it's got. So there's both of the journaling cards here again. So you do have lots of room for photos, and it'll make a great addition for this journal box as well, like the photo journal box. Now once we close it up, we rotate it around to the back, and there's a pocket there with photos, photo mats as well. Okay, so that I'll put to one side, and then we'll get started on the measurements. I will give you the measurements verbally, and I'll leave them on the screen as well. So your top pocket flip, which is this bit here. Now you'll need some magnets as well. Only one magnet, an A and a B. I use my basic grey magnets. Okay, so the top pocket flip is 4.5 by 11 3/4. Now you're going to score it, I've done it this way, 3/4 inch, and then 1 1/4, and then 6 1/4, and 11 1/4, and that will create your pocket. So let's create the pocket first, and I'm going to use my We Are tool. It's a it's got the pickup stick on the other side. So fold it over, put tape on it, and then I'm just going to fold it up to that score line, so it should fold over perfectly right near that score line. Okay, and then I will get my, I think it's Rudd Smith bone folder. Okay, so we've created our pocket, which I didn't line up properly, but that's all good. Fun a video. So let me trim that down. My ribbon scissors, but okay, so we've got that pocket created. The next thing you will need is this smaller flip portion, and that is, we'll just say the top layer, so 9.5 by 6 1/4, and you score it at 4.5 and 5, and that will create your little you know what I mean, the little binding part here. Then you'll create a pocket to go on top of it, and that is 3.5 by 7 1/4, and score in half both ends. All right, so I'll do that afterwards. I'll stick it down afterwards. Okay, then we're going to create the top layer, which is your base part here. Okay, that's 11 by 7, and you score it at 5 1/4 and 5 3/4. And yes, my gel pen had run into there, so I'm not too fussed, it'll get covered over. Okay, so that's that inside there. For these inside pockets here, now you're going to create 2 of each of these, so you need 2 pieces of 3.5 by 8, and score in half both ends. Okay, and you'll do it on the 8-inch side, and you'll score it 1/2 inch either side. Now you'll need 2 pieces of 4.5 by 8, score it 1/2 inch on the 8-inch side at both ends. And then what you will do is you'll layer this one on top, and you will have this concept here. All right, and we'll layer these on camera, so I've done that one. Then the middle pockets here, you will need 4 3/4 by 10. You'll score 1/2 inch on the 4 3/4 side. Then you rotate it back to the 10-inch side, and you'll score it 1.5 or 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5, and you'll do that on both ends. Then what you'll do is cut up all 3 lines here and cut that on an angle. Okay, and that's going to be your flip part. The back layer of the pocket is 4 1/4 by 7, so that's your 4 1/4 by 7 piece here, and then that's all the pieces that we folded over. All right, now the other thing you will also need is 2 hinges, and they're 4.5 by 1 inch, so 1 inch by 4.5, and you score it at 1/2 inch, which is half of one anyway, 1 inch, and you'll need 2 of these. Okay, so that's we've created, so those are the 2 pockets, the outside pockets. We've done the base, we've done the flip. Now the reason why you need the hinges is to do the back of this, to be able to create a pocket. So let's get started on doing this. Alrighty, so what I need you guys to do as well is you need to do your front cover first, like decorate your front cover. So I'm going to show you that first so that we can get an idea of how that's going to look, just so that we've got the top pocket in there. Alrighty, just going to cover it, and that's going to be my front. Right, Now don't do the back just yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to put that pocket flip on the top, on that side. So grab your piece where it's got the top pocket flip. Okay, now I have already put tape on it, so I'll probably of course I put tape on the wrong side, but that's okay. So I'll put tape on the inside of it. Now I use the Stickmaster double-sided tape here in Australia. I also use my score tape from Silkwang, and I also use the scrapbook.com tape as well. So totally up to you as to which tape you would like to use. Just do bear in mind that all adhesives are different in different climates. So just be wary of that as well. Oh, where are my little scissors? No, there. Okay. Now I'm just going to layer that down. I'm only going to do one strip. And I'm going to take my pick tool up without poking myself. And I'm going to center that as best as I can. Now get it as close as you can to that score line, but don't land on top of it. Then you're going to have an issue with being able to fold it, and you don't want that. Okay, so that's our top flip. I did put the tape down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to seal it across, which I probably can't do because I don't have any left in this one. So let me open up a new one. Hopefully this has got the I'm going to give my glue a shake because all the water has come to the surface, and because it's hot here too. I mean, I know I've got a long sleeve top on. I've got the air conditioning on. It kind of separates a bit, so I'm going to be careful of that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is yeah, of course that was going to happen. Don't put tape along here. Use wet glue, peoples. You know what? I've got to laugh. I've got to laugh because it's going to happen to me. And I can't find my pin to be able to get in there and get a good clean out. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop the video here just so that I can get my pin to work. See you soon. Okay, we are back. I did get my glue fixed up. Alright, so I've just created this pocket. It's kind of messy with everything on it, but that's all good. Well, like I said, we're going to cover it over and you're not going to see it. So that's our flip. Now, you don't want to stick your magnet down just yet. We want to get our top layer on, which is this piece here. So with this piece, oh, sorry, we're going to cover the back of this. This is what I want to do first. So cover the back of your base layer. Okay, that's it there. Perfect. So I'm just going to take the tape off because you need this to be covered up in order for us to put the other layer on top. Okay, I can take that off. Don't ask me why I put it on that side, but I did. Okay, make sure that's the right way. So I'm just going to eyeball up there. Looks good. Alrighty. So we've done that part. Then we're going to do the top layer. Okay, so for the top layer, you're going to want to put your pocket on now, I'd say. Let me see. So I'm going to take the tape off that. Move this to one side. Get that out the way. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick glue along the edge here as well. Okay. And like I said, mine's pretty runny because of the climate at the moment. Here. I'm going to stick it down as close as I can to that score line without going over it. Okay. I'm going to grab my Chuck Swipe and that will wipe off any excess that I've got there. Because it dries clear, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So there's our top pocket. And then on the inside, what you want to do is put your hinges. Okay, so we've got our 2 hinges here. And I hope I'm in camera view. Stick it along here. I think I'll cut mine just a little bit bigger. Can always cut them off, so it's not a big issue. Okay. Put that on there. Just let me trim these down. Just by a smidge. We don't want to see them overhanging or anything. Okay, so we are ready to layer. So we take off the hinges and we get our pocket, oh my gosh, open up your pocket flip and we've got the base page here. The pocket is going to be at the front of the page. And what you want to do is line these up carefully on top of each other because they're going to have the same width for the spine area. If I can do it this way, it might help me better to do it this way. I'm just going to try and center it as best as I can. Now, I'm not going to... I thought I heard my battery die. Okay, so I'm not going to press it down hard because I want to make sure it closes up nicely, which it does. So then I'll go in with my bone folder. Okay. And then I will cover the back of it up. All right, so that it's all nice and clean looking. That's my pick tool, and of course the one time I didn't put tape on one of them. I'm going to use a bit of glue instead, I think, with this one. Just quicker and saves time. Okay, going to make sure I've got it up the right way. Just make sure if you've got any directional paper that you get it all the same way. We've done it before where I've put it together and the paper's gone the opposite way. There's nothing worse. And try and lift it all up again. Okay, so I'm just wiping any excess. Like I said, my glue is running at the moment. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to get my magnets out now. Stand it. Now I'm going to use the bigger size magnets, a positive and a negative, although they sometimes don't work that way. Ugh, much better. Okay. So you want to do this part before layering any papers, simply because you'll end up ripping your paper over time. Just center it. So I've just kind of tried to center it a bit, close my flap over, and then I'm just going to put my hand inside so that I get it all even. Once I've done that, I'm pressing on the magnet, then I'm sliding it. Okay, once you've pressed it down, it should adhere, and then slide it off. Don't pull it off because it'll rip up the magnet underneath. Okay, so then we're going to put the layer of paper on the top pocket there. Now, one thing I should have mentioned too is before you stick down your top pocket, it would be wise to actually put a strip of paper along there as well. But, you know, this is all about learning. Alright, so I've got my strip of paper already cut, so I can slide it in here because I know I've got it cut to the right size that I want. Sorry. Trying to get it so that it stays in view. Okay, just going to turn it around towards me. I'm not going to press anything right down as yet. If you had wet glue, it'd give you a bit more wiggle room. But because I've got tape, I'll make sure that I've got the right amount. That looks all right by the time I get my photo paper on there. So you've got your magnet, so you'll cover this portion as well. Okay, and that's your flip. Now we're going to do the insides. What I want you to do is when you adhere your pockets together, I'm going to put tape on them. And I will get my tape and move everything to one side. Make sure nothing leaks. And move that way. Let's tape it half inch. Okay. Now you guys can put your tape on before you angle the edges and what have you. And then what you'll do with this hinge here, you'll make sure that you put it right up to the score line but not on the score line. Okay, and then just press it down, get your bone folder and press it down. Okay, so that's your middle section. And then we'll do the other one. We'll get the other one put together now too. So let me pop that in here so that it doesn't leak everywhere. Okay. So I've got my tape on here. I'm just going to peel it off. And I'm just going to line it up with that score line here. Okay, just so that I don't go over the lines either. I want it to be nice and flush. Okay, and I'll get my bone folder. And I hope this isn't off camera. The last time I filmed, the whole lot was off camera. Couldn't believe it. I don't know what I've done. I had to reset up my tripod again. Well, my filming, what is it, ring and everything, and it's like I think I'll put it back to front because it just, for some reason, it's not filming the same way. Okay, and I wanted to get this tutorial done too. Alrighty, so we've done that. I'm going to fold that back. Now what you want to do is put a bit of glue down that bit here just to seal it and to create our pocket as well. Now having this chucks, we call it a chucks here in Australia, having that next to you and rub it down, it helps absorb any excess glue that's coming out, which is really good. I'm gonna put more tape there for the hinge. Trim off the excess here. My hands are healing. I must have gotten some sort of allergic reaction to me being out in the garden there, and silly Mariana didn't put gloves on. Nothing new though. Alright, so I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side. Put it as close as I can, but not on it. And then get my bone folder and burnish it down. So that we've created both of our middle sections. And now all we have to do is do our outer pockets. Okay, so I have layered one of them. So I'm going to get started on that one. And this is such a basic album, guys, that you can use it. And what you can do is use it just to give it as an album without the box. And then that way you can decorate that front pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to add a bit of glue on the bottom of the pocket there. Oh, that wasn't very good. So that we've got it we can adhere it down to create that pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down. Now you want that facing outwards. Once again, what we do is do it up to that score line. Don't do it of the hinge I'm talking about. So don't do it right on that score line, because otherwise you can end up in all sorts of problems and it won't fold and flip open and what have you. You won't have this part being able to flip. Okay, so make sure you have a bit of room left there. Alright, so there are our pockets. Once again, you can lay a paper there first before you stick down your pockets, but for tutorial purposes, I'm not too fussed, just so that you guys get an idea of how to create this. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is layer this pocket on top. So that's your 3.5, and you layer that on top of your 4.5 by 8. I'm just going to hold the score lines over. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to take the ends off and I'm going to put it on the opposite side. Same thing, you want to have it facing outwards so that you're not putting your photo cards in and they're hard to get out if you've got them facing inwards. So once again, I've got to add glue in here to create that first pocket, which I'll do. Finish it down. Okay. And then we do the one at the bottom as well. Okay. Once again, we get up to that score line of where that hinge is, and we just want to leave a bit of a gap there, I'd say. Okay, and layer that down. Get our sharks, wipe off any excess, which I love this, and then go over with your bone folder. This saves any gunk going onto your bone folder. And I will just get rid of those tape marks there. Do that off camera, but there is your pocket book or your pocket journal or whatever you like to call it, a photo journal book here. So we've both got the top flips. I haven't done any photo mats. You can measure the size that you want, so it leaves you freely to do that. Okay, so we've moved that. That's the front flip here, which we've got, and we flip it open. Okay, so we've got that part there, that's this part here, and then we flip it open and we have both of our pockets on the side. Then we also have our flips in the center. Okay, we flip it to the edge, and oh, if I can get that on there, sorry guys, that is the opposite side there as well. So hopefully you guys can follow this tutorial. I am wiped today. I've not been getting much sleep. I've had a few days off from work, which I've absolutely enjoyed and needed. Stay tuned for more tutorials. I'm going to say too that the next one will be a basic mini flip album. And then the one that we do after that, so you can have both of these sit in, sorry, let me get onto this one. So these ones can be put into your journal box, Keepsake's journal box, photo journal box. And that one will go into the other side as well, so that you've got 2 of them in there. And this thing ends up being pretty heavy, but at least it's nice and full. And once again with this box, guys, too, you can actually use it as in a swap as well. So you can put goodies in one side and a journal in another side, or you can have goodies in both pockets. It's up to you. Okay, so as I was saying with the albums, the next one will just be a photo flip album. Then we will go into the bigger album. So I'm going to kind of alternate between the two. The photo flip, I won't decorate. I will cover one page with you guys, but because the pages are all the same, and the back of the front and the back are all the same throughout the book, I don't think there's any need for me to decorate every single one on camera when I can just show you basically, because it is a basic album just for photos. You really don't need to decorate the inside of it. It's more the front cover, so we'll do that. Now the bigger album that we're going to do, it'll be based on my graphic 45 album that I did do with the layering of the acetate with the windows to make it look 3D. I'll leave the links down below of the next 2 tutorials that I'll do. The one that I've done with the graphic 45 paper, I'm going to use Prima paper with that one, and I think I'm going to use the Golden Coast with that. That one I will definitely be decorating page by page and both sides with you guys, because it has got different flips and different pullouts and different pockets. Now, when you have a look at the graphic 45 one, we're not going to do it exactly the same. The cover will be the same. Part of the insides will be the same, but then there are other parts I want to add to it as well. So as we go along, you'll have a tutorial. We'll do a page at a time, and then we'll do the cover as well. So we might end up with about 7 videos, I'd say, in that series of that one album. Okay, then once again we'll do a smaller album, and then we'll go on to a bigger album again. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. Sorry for the rambling. Have a great happy scrappy week. Take care of one another, please. Live each day to the fullest, and have a great day. Okay, take care. Bye.